Monday Night Raw from Dayton, Ohio.
Ohio. OH!
Suck!
No.
At the Nutter Center.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
No,
I bet you there wasn't really a whole lot going on tonight.
No.
On Raw. There wasn't. There was a lot of cock blocking going on.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Don't they always have that?
What, cock blocking?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for the most part.
But that's mostly Finn. Finn and JD, man. They're cock blocking mother beepers.
Well, Mr.
Mommy beepers?
Mother beepers.
Hey, Uso wants to be a mommy beeper.
Yep. He was like, call me.
We would run into it. Just to call me. Dom was pissed.
Yeah.
He got happy toward the end of the night, though.
Yeah. All in all, I thought it was a decent show. We had Chad Gable calling people out. We had Wyatt Six. We had Dom. We had Rhea. Gunther actually made an appearance. Surprise, surprise. Mr. Hard Part. Sami Zayn, Ilya.
Mr. Skirt himself showed up too.
Yep. Skirt in a biker jacket.
Crying about this and that.
Now that I'm thinking about it, he was dressed up like Ronda Rousey.
He likes that.
Yeah, well,
Nice cross-dressing a little bit.
Whatever coats his throat.
Whatever he wants to do, I'm fine with it.
He can wear what he wants. I still don't like him.
I think that's a toss-up. I don't know who I dislike more, Ronda or Drew.
Yeah, they're kind of equally just as dumb. They're both freaking stupid and delusional.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
They turned into, remember Albert back in the day?
A-Train?
Oh, yeah, A-Train. Yeah.
Yeah, the hairy-ass body.
Tensai?
Yeah.
Prince.
He tried to pull the wool over our eyes. Yeah, he used to be another wrestler at another time. Shut up. That's Prince Albert. Whatever.
So we started the night with Rhea coming to the ring from backstage. That awesome follow you through the gorilla out to the ring.
Oh yeah.
Was joined by Dom after she called out Liv.
She called out Liv, and then Dom showed up.
Yeah.
He was like, "Mommy, please, give me a hug."
I got a flower. Got a flower.
And Liv was like, I'm not the same Liv that you remember. Yeah, it was a long time ago that you met her, huh?
It was like a whole, 3 months?
Yeah.
Yep. But Mommy wasn't having none of what Dom was pitching at her, so.
No.
Not even a little bit.
No, he's going to have to start begging for it.
And beg he did.
All night.
All the flowers in the room?
Yeah. And was it a statue of a dog or something with a bandana?
Yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't catch what it was. I was.
She didn't throw it, though. She threw the flowers. And they hit more hit Damien than they hit him.
Yeah.
More of them hit Damien. He just laughed about it.
He was trying to be a good homie, but he was coming across like, you done fucked up, boy.
Yeah, well, when you fucked up, you fucked up. So, can't be, yeah.
When you fuck up, your boy's gonna call you out. That's what we do.
Yeah, sometimes.
Like, hey, fucking up, dog. You got these girls. Yeah. Put that Latino heat away.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to put something away.
Cut that mullet.
No, that's not the idea.
I think he needs to trim the stash.
Yeah.
Don't get rid of it. Trim it up a little bit. It's looking kind of dirty.
But it's supposed to be a dirty Sanchez, bro.
Yeah, but it can just nice little thin.
Oh, then his mustache would be flat like that. Hey. You want a flat mustache?
Cut it all off.
Cut off the sides, make a little Hitler.
Or reverse Hitler.
Hey, watch out now.
Right down the middle.
Yeah. It would be like a Genghis Khan.
Little catfishes on each side.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, same here. Let's see. Yeah, we've covered that. Sheamus and Bronson Reed was the first match. I didn't really give two shits about that match.
Nope.
It was a match for what?
Absolutely nothing.
Bronson Reed's just shit. He's garbage.
Yeah. Yeah. After the match, Sheamus did win by a big knee, which was kind of, he's used that knee 1,000 other times and never got a win with it. So I don't know if that's like his new finisher other than the brogue kick, or I don't know.
I think Bronson just is a glass forehead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then people with no friends showed up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he intercepted an attack by Bronson Reed, but then attacked Sheamus.
Yeah, it looked like a weird turn of events.
You know what
Yeah.
that means? That means
Brett?
Pete. I think that means Pete's done. Oh.
Damn.
Or they just setting up him a match at
Or they changed his name to
Sheamus.
Pete's Dumb.
be Sheamus and Pete Dunne at SummerSlam.
Think so? I could see that.
And what do you do with Bronson Reed?
Send him to NXT.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Put him on SmackDown. Have it go against Cody.
For what?
Yeah. Just give him a cheeseburger and a nap. Tell him to go take a nap or something.
He needs to. I'm sure there's some sort of potential for him there, but he's not displaying anything that's awesome.
I
No.
say send him to TNA or Impact, what do they call it now?
Send him to New Japan. He might do something there.
Isn't like TNA kind of like their FCW now?
Could be. I think they're trying to ramp something up for a dual pay-per-view or something.
Yeah.
Head on down to NXT and beat up Joe Hendry
No way. Joe Hendry would rule.
and make a song about him.
Yep.
So the next segment was Rhea and Priest talking backstage, Finn and JD Carlito playing video games. Dom comes in and asks for a minute. So he's been trying to get a hold of Rhea all week. And she's like, what about the last 3 months?
Yeah.
3 count.
Been hanging out with being busy with his little girlfriend.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
especially when like Tick says it, you're like, God, shut up.
Yeah,
Don't even
God,
say that.
freaking idiot. Some my tots.
Nuggies.
Nuggies, yeah.
In his
Dom and
book,
Nuggies and
it'd
Tendies.
be
Yeah.
Tendies.
And then,
Nuggies.
Another match that I really didn't give two craps about was Zelina Vega and Sonya Deville.
It was pretty decent, but I didn't really care about it.
Yeah, there was nothing to care about.
Yeah,
Right.
it was decent.
It didn't last, but what, a couple minutes?
Yeah, it was over pretty quick.
It was just to show, give that new crew a show of dominance.
Big ups.
Just a push.
Yeah. I mean, as a collective, they're pretty cool, but at like one-on-one, I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. If you're pushing them as a group, then push them as a group. Don't push them one-on-one.
Yeah, they should have came out and just beat her up, all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Or just interfered in another women's match and beat them all up.
That's what they're going to do now. Those 3 are going to, the 2, Stark and Baszler are going to be a tag team, and they're going to win every time because the other one's going to interfere in the match. I think that's how they're running that.
So kind of a la Damage Control and every other.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
They
what
should
I
have-
see.
They should have a nice Survivor Series match with Damage Control. Each
Yeah.
of them get a new member and have an old school Survivor Series match.
Well, I hear Oscar's coming back.
Does she? I know she had surgery on her knee. Is she cleared?
Uh,
I'm pretty sure. she'll be back at SummerSlam, I think.
If we go by everything that should happen at SummerSlam, that's going to be one jam-packed ass show.
Yeah.
All the stuff we talk about is going to be happening at SummerSlam. That's going to be rocking from beginning to end.
It may not all happen at SummerSlam. We don't know. I mean,
They're building up for
nights?
next year. Next year is 2 nights.
One night.
Is it really?
Yeah, the 2025, they announced that they're going to put that as a 2-night show.
That's so dumb.
Or did they say that for 2026?
2025.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I don't
in
like that.
Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Oh.
Minneapolis.
The only one that should be 2 nights is WrestleMania, to be honest. That's just my.
I think you can stretch Rumble to it, but I don't think SummerSlam should be.
Rumble. You'd
have
have
the female Rumble main event the first night, and then the male Rumble main event the second night.
All right, I can see that.
Depending on who you want to win, and then because sometimes if Cody's on it, he's going to be the main event at the end because all the Cody crybabies won't have it any other way. So it's just going to be that way. But if it's not Cody at the end, then they're going to have it as the main event of the night. Unless Cody loses his title and he's in the Rumble and he wins the Rumble again.
He's going to enter in the Rumble just so he can pick his opponent.
Yeah.
Shit, that's what I would do.
He's going to pick Paul Heyman.
Yeah, I would.
I heard some about Paul Heyman. Like that new guy, or that guy that they dubbed the next big thing, is supposed to be coming back to WWE.
Who? Brock Lesnar?
It's not Brock Lesnar. It's supposed to be the equivalent, the new equivalent of Brock Lesnar.
Oh, really?
Some kid, yeah. He's like some amateur wrestler or something. I can't remember his name.
Stupid.
Yeah, he's
Burroughs? No, he's
no.
now.
Some white guy that's tatted up that is not as big as Lesnar, but they seem to think he is.
Me?
It could be.
Yep, that's him. Get him.
Get him. Make Pete Dunne done. Yeah. Did I say that?
Yep.
Yeah. Pete Dunne.
Dun?
Yeah. Dun.
My name was Benny Dun.
Dun.
That's my full name.
Ha. Sorry, I had to pull that out. Didn't want to, reveal that to the whole YouTube world.
Yeah, all 31 of them.
Yeah.
It's just only 10 of you subscribe.
Yeah. Just subscribe, man. Subscribe.
Talking to you.
Yeah, you right there, somewhere around there.
You and a guy wearing a funny hat.
Share this.
Like, comment, subscribe, and don't burp.
You don't even have to dislike. Just show some engagement.
If they're watching, they can fart and burp all they want. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Engagement's good. Any kind of engagement is good.
Unless it's engagement to get married.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm single. I'll take it.
Oh, Josh, Brian. No.
A piece of paper changes everything.
Changes your pocketbook.
Oh, yeah. I'm not getting married again, but I'll definitely say, hello, how are you?
How you doing?
That's sweet. So sweet.
So the next segment was Sammy meets Ilya backstage, and Sammy was like, I requested a match with you, so calm down there, little fella.
Yeah. I respect you, you respect me. Let's shake hands and pat butts.
Yeah, pretty much. And that was, I think that was the main event, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sammy's like, he's been in a main event a couple times this past couple weeks.
Yeah, they're really putting him up there before he loses the title.
Yeah. Yeah.
At SummerSlam.
I'll jump the barricade and pin Sammy.
So that Let's see. The next match was Zelina Vega versus Sonya smash match.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah,
it was pretty dumb.
That's about all I can say about that.
it was a total smash match.
And Zelina was just trying to get some movement forward too.
Yeah,
I thought they were trying to get her some forward momentum, and then all of a sudden it just slams on the brakes and she gets squashed.
Another short match.
yeah, just yeah. And again, another match I could give two shits about.
3-minute match and a 5-minute commercial.
Huh.
Gotta love them.
14 freaking commercial breaks and 97 minutes of.
How many commercials were there?
I don't know. I didn't count.
Oh, you didn't do a commercial count?
No, I was doing that for a while, but I'm like, yeah, they're gonna be there
Get old.
regardless. So who gives a shit? I think the only person that really gave a shit about the count was me. So
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun segment. I think you should bring it back up.
I'll bring it back up next week. We'll have a commercial count.
Yeah, we need a commercial.
Brought to you by Progressive.
Yeah, and Pizza Hut and Wendy's and
Just start making fake ads. Like,
We are
what?
we are not sponsored.
They aren't sponsored, but we got a ton of them.
Yeah.
And Twisted Tea.
Oh, I had Twist Tea
Yeah, that's another one.
at the beach with 2 pickups and 2 Foot Lockers.
Yeah, 2 big ass coolers. Hidden behind a bunch of cardboard.
And only 3 boobs.
This one chick's only got one.
Yep.
Huh.
But he's got to take one for the team.
Hey, if she got one, I'll play with that one like a mother.
She
long
got,
as
a
I-
little, she got a tiny little mole nipple on one side.
As long as it's on her back, you know.
Hey, buddy.
Get a boob on her back so you can play with it when you're hugging her.
Anyway, next segment was Priest walking backstage. Dom walks up to him and says, "Why didn't you tell me that Rhea was coming?"
Not my responsibility.
Yeah, sorry, bro. You didn't get the memo?
She's your girl, not mine.
And Jey Uso comes up. He's trying to holler at Rhea.
Yeah.
Taylor said, "Ha," and then he yeeted out.
Yeeted
And,
all over the place.
Priest was like, "You've been in prison. You can let somebody talk to you like that? Talk
Yeah.
about your girl?" He's on a hard time.
Pisses off Dom.
Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
go take care of some business right now.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was a real funny segment.
Yes.
Yeah, because Tom was pissed.
God, he was all kinds of pissed off.
And just the way he
Sweating.
looks at, just the way Priest looked at Dom was like, and looked back at Jay, it's like, yeah, that's what it sounds like. And hey, do you remember a while ago they kept teasing that? Jay would always like wave to her all the time, and then like the one time they got into it, not them two, they didn't get into it. Him and somebody else got into it, and then he stopped and looked at her, and he winked at her like that, and she just kind of smiled a little bit. And I'm like, what is this? Or when he slid out, didn't he?
Mhm.
Wasn't he the one who slid out of the ring and threw his arm around her? She's like,
Yep.
get off!
Oh no,
me."
that was Seth. That was Seth.
Oh yeah, that was Seth. Yeah,
That
it
was
was hilarious though, the way he slid out, put his arm around her. She's like, yeah, I got my man. What the hell?
You can't do that.
I just did.
No, they were teasing that for a long time.
Yeah, they teased her and Jay for a
Yeah,
hot minute.
because it always looked like Jay was always like, what's up? Like Jay likes her.
Oh, who doesn't? I mean,
I know, that's fair. That's fair. Imagine if she ended up with Jay.
She's a nice girl. I'd crochet with her on a Saturday night.
Who's who's married to Naomi?
Jimmy.
Jimmy? Jimmy? Okay.
One of them.
Jimmy.
So Jay's single, right?
I think so.
As far as I know.
Last time
Well,
I
he's
checked,
not
he was.
married.
Huh?
As far as I know, he's not married.
Yeah.
But they really don't, come out with all that stuff unless, they're in the business.
But it's all over the internet and everything like that.
Yeah. I go to Wikipedia or whatever the hell they call that thing now. Wiki or...
Wiki?
Leaky Tiki.
Next segment
Maybe.
was... Oh.
He's some women for that shit.
Danger.
I heard on another podcast today
You could get cure for it.
about to break Benny's heart.
But
What culture is calling that Dom is going to interfere
yeah,
at
I've seen that.
SummerSlam for Liv Morgan? And
Yeah, I've
she's
seen
gonna
that.
win.
But nobody really knows how it's going to go.
No.
They can say whatever they
Okay.
want on their big old giant
They
broadcast.
can predict. They can predict what they want.
Well, I'll predict something. I think Dom's going to go hardcore and take them both.
That's...
And they're going to make out to close SummerSlam.
Yep.
It might be a threesome.
Next segment was Adam Pearce joined by Gable saying he broke the case. Bo Dallas is Uncle Howdy.
No.
I know. And then what's her face is like, everybody knows that.
Yeah. See.
Poor
That
Chad
was-
Gable.
Yeah. That dude's not very bright.
Most of it's Chad Gable's fault.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And he was like, well, what are you going to do about it, Adam Pearce? Pearce was like, oh, why don't you call him out?
Yeah. Well, he went to the Outfit Academy and thought they were going to help, but they were ended up helping Xavier Woods. They were like, no, we weren't talking about you.
Yeah, they're going to help Xavier with what, Final Testament? Is that what they're called?
Mm-hmm.
AOP and that other dude,
Yep.
chick with the big knockers.
Oh, yeah. Just go ahead.
A couple authors are going to be writing some books.
Just go ahead, AOP. Just get worked over by Tozawa and Otis. Yeah. Wow. You guys are becoming the powers of pain overnight.
Tozawa.
They're gonna take their name. They're gonna be the AOP.
Yep.
Tozawa and Otis.
Yeah.
The TOP.
You're gonna get their ass whipped. That's what they gonna get.
Who, AOP? Yeah, that's what's up. Go
No.
Tozawa.
Zao and Otis.
I like
Him and his-
Tozawa.
Him and his
I do
pathetic
too.
face. His pathetic face he has. though. It's so funny. He's always like, ooh.
That's
He's
nasty.
he's
Gotta
like
do that
so-
dance.
Didn't Tozawa do like that the ninja thing for a while, or he just came out, didn't say nothing, dressed as a ninja?
Yeah.
Probably.
It was at
For
that
the-
24/7 belt.
Yeah, I think he was the ninja.
Yeah.
He should have stayed the ninja.
No way. Then he's going to be Tozawa.
He couldn't have pathetic face.
He looks just so scared. It's funny.
Especially when
Yeah.
Chad Gable's like talking crap.
Yeah.
That face he makes. I can't even do it. I don't even want to try.
I think Otis can just take him and use him as a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Just start clubbing
Might
people
win
with
them
him.
some matches.
What's that?
Might win them some matches.
Oh,
Against the AOP.
When was the last match he was really in?
Tozawa?
Zawa?
Against Gable. Didn't he go against... Or no, he
No,
went
they
against
didn't.
Bronson Reed, didn't he?
Yeah,
Did
it was
like-
Bronson Reed.
And he got
His-
beat in about
No,
3
it
seconds.
wasn't Bronson Reed because it was Tozawa. Then at the very end, he stopped Tozawa from going and he told he told Otis to go. And then it was Otis and Bronson Reed.
That's right.
And Otis started going, hey. And Chad Gable's like, no. And then Otis ended up getting beat up for it.
And Tozawa had somebody else. Was it? He had to wrestle somebody else that night.
Someone giant.
Braun
Was it
Strowman?
Strowman?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Yeah,
I think
I don't-
it was one of those big guys.
yeah, who knows?
I don't remember.
So the next segment was Priest and Gunther going face to face.
Oh, yeah. That got pretty
Yeah.
pretty deep.
Why did
Yeah.
I thought Gunther was trying to playing a hot one on him or something? He got all up in his grill.
Oh, they were
Little
trying
forehead
to, he
to
was trying to
forehead?
like forehead to forehead with him.
I thought he was,
Priest- Priest was like, get off me.
at the hard part, it just kind of makes it look weird.
Yeah.
as far as face-to-faces go, I thought that was just like the most underwhelming one. You know, out of all the face-to-faces before a big title match that we've had, you know, there's been some remarkable ones. And that one, I just felt like, what? Why?
It's kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't like it because it's not fluid with Gunter.
Yeah.
Look how many face-to-faces we've had. Priest and Drew and CM Punk, Seth and Priest. It's like, come on, man. You've had some good face-to-faces, and all of a sudden here comes Gunter, and it's just boring. I grew up rich, and while your parents didn't want to be rich and they did poor, it's like, okay, dude, shut up. WWE calls me and begged me to come here and keep prestige. It's like, I don't buy it. I think it's garbage.
No.
I'll tell you what. From what I saw last night, Priest is winning.
Yeah.
I think they do to make him to put him more over. Honestly.
And the other thing I thought was really funny was, you know, like you were saying, Benny, he was playing the whole part of "I come from money." Nothing about his character has ever, you know, was never like, "Oh, I'm money. You know,
No.
like. You had $1 Million Man. He's money. You had freaking IRS. He was money. You know, you have all these characters that were, you know, even I can't really remember anything that's recent, but you know, nothing. Even Triple H started off as money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he, you know, him. He's always been like, I'm honor for wrestling because there's so much prestige in this. He never once spoke about money and how much better he is than anybody else because of money, and now he wants to bring that up last night.
It was kind of lame. I don't know. I really don't care for Gunter, honestly. I never really have. I got freaked out. Everybody freaked out on the freaking wrestling chat when I popped in and I said Gunter looked sloppy against Sheamus at WrestleMania. It was like, what is Gunter? Not sloppy. Oh my god! And everybody was crying about it. I was like, that's just my opinion. I think you look whack at WrestleMania against Sheamus.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, in real life, Sheamus would decimate that dude. Sheamus is like 10 times the dude that Gunther is.
Yeah.
I just think it's pretty dumb.
So after that, we had Pierce gives Jay a match against Dom. They set a match for tonight or last night. Actually turned out to be a pretty decent match, to be honest.
Oh yeah, of course it did. You had Dom and Jay. They could hold a pretty good match.
Legacies all around.
Yeah. And then we had Braun Strowman kind of break up the whole. He broke up the whole Gunther and Priest thing.
Well, because he was
do that Jay and Dom match in between, which is kind of weird. How they started one, then went to something else, and came back.
Yeah.
Well, it was Dom and I mean, it was Priest and Strowman after Strowman interrupted, wasn't it?
Yeah. But then after they showed Braun Strowman coming out, then they cut to Pierce and Jay backstage, and then go back to the match.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't get. I mean, I don't get why they do that. They've done that a couple times.
Keep it flowing.
But, yeah, and Priest. Honestly, I think Priest looked damn good against Strowman.
Yeah, I like the way they made him look real strong.
Yeah, and chokeslammed him too. I mean, that was pretty impressive. Strowman's a big dude.
That's what I was
it's
saying.
like, what are you doing about Strowman? You just kind of put him down by the champ.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant when I said I think at SummerSlam that Priest is going to beat Gunther, because if you look at it, Priest was dominant in the face-off. He's dominant in match. He beat Braun Strowman. Take it like you want it, but
I know
I really don't give a crap who wins it.
Yeah,
I'm not a big Judgment Day. I'm a Damian Priest fan. Without Judgment Day, I think he'd be better off on his own.
He's pretty much on his own though.
Right.
So why does he need to get rid of Judgment Day?
And I'm not a Gunther fan at all.
It's almost like putting something in your soup. Oh, don't worry, you can't taste it. Why is it there?
I don't know. I just think the Judgment Day takes away from Priest. That's just what I think.
How? It gives him the spotlight of the whole night. Damian Priest has been the spotlight of Raw for probably the last 8 to 9 months. Since he got that Money in the Bank and was in Judgment Day, Damian Priest has been the main character of Raw.
He's
With
been
that
there
Money in the
every
Bank,
week, yeah.
and every week, Judgment Day is doing something. And every week, it's his crew. So, really, they're not dragging him down. They're actually lifting him way up.
I think he fits in with Judgment Day, honestly. I think when he said before that he don't need Judgment Day needs him, I think he's trying to convince himself, maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like Judgment Day is the hood ornament. And it's not necessarily the Cadillac of anything. It's just the hood ornament.
Yeah. But it needs all of them to be it.
Yeah.
Without all the pieces, it wouldn't be as good as it is. And then now, so you had Mommy there, and Mommy was a huge part of Judgment Day. And then Priest with the Money in the Bank was a huge part. When's he going to cash it in? And then Dom and Mommy, and everybody had heat on Dom because he's Dom and then Mommy. And then we bring McDonald in there, and then everything carries on, and Mommy gets hurt. But what do? They put a Liv story to it. So here's Priest on top of the Liv story, watching over Dom, who's involved in the Liv story. And it's just, and now Mommy's back, and the Judgment Day's all over Raw still. They're just way too hot, and it's almost like they don't do anything. I really don't think, my opinion, like some factions, I don't think they really do anything that makes you hate them.
Right.
They don't really do anything as a faction too much anymore. That's why I'm saying they're just like the hood ornament.
Yeah.
They're all their individual wheel, but Judgment Day is just the hood ornament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's wrong with keeping them the Judgment Day then if they're all doing their own thing anyways?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like having the
why
having
does everybody want the demise of them?
Because they're not really interfering in each other's matches too much.
No.
It's just
and what are they doing? They're taking the belts off of R-Truth and Miz. Oh, come on, man. They're really not doing it. They're not involved in the Seth BS. They're not involved in the freaking in the CM Punk BS. Well, actually, if you look at it, Priest was actually,
They're indirectly
but
linked.
if you look at it, Priest is actually gaining from it.
Yeah.
Because how'd he win the belt? Because Drew's dumb playing with CM Punk. And then how did Priest keep the belt? Because Drew was dumb playing with CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
So he just kept on reaping the benefits out of all of it. So personally, I think the Judgment Day doesn't really need to go anywhere. I think they're totally fine. I think they're a hell of a lot better than the freaking the New Age Bloodline.
Oh, Bloodline.
That's
so
just
stupid.
straight stupid. You don't have anybody cool in that. The only person you have that's cool in there is Jacob Fatu. I personally think. I think Solo's a dang joke. I think the other guy reminds me of Tommy Davison from Ace Ventura 2. And I think Jacob Fatu is the only one.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're straight booty juice.
Yeah, they're dumb. And everybody's like, break up the Judgment Day. Oh, look at those morons over there. We're talking about the Judgment Day. I think you got other dorks over there doing other dorky things, playing touch butt in the park.
Praying to each other.
Yeah.
What is that? You know?
But you never know.
Yeah.
They might break up the Judgment Day.
And to each their own. You know, everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah, it's all opinions and what they're going to do with it when they do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
If they do it, it's going to be some surprise to it. It's going to be one of them has to turn. Look, a la Josh's shirt, you just couldn't break him up without one of them turning on him. They had to turn on him. One of them had to go out like that.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't just be like, okay, you guys all go your own separate ways now. Get out of here.
I was a big Shield fan too, so that is a dope shirt.
Yeah, and that's the way it had to end. It had to end with somebody. Parents, the mega powers, it had to end with betrayal. It had to. That's just the biggest way for anything to end. The Rockers, it had to end with betrayal.
Well, you also create more by doing that because there's so many more potential matches that you could have out of that.
Yep.
It makes sense.
And who does it? You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, you never know what it's going to be. It might be all the Judgment out there helping Rhea, and then fucking Dom turns around and hits Priest with a fucking chair.
Yeah.
And lets Liv win. And then there you go. You just broke up the Judgment Day, and now you got Liv and Dom going one way. And then you got Priest coming after Dom now. And then you still have Rhea going after them. So it's going to be like those two going after them.
Yeah.
You never know how it's going to go. See, something like that could totally change it. But it would have to be one of those three. Dom, Finn, or Priest would have to be one of those three. McDonough hitting one of them. Okay, y'all just beat his ass and kick him out the door.
Or Carlito.
Yeah.
Take his apple.
It's not as personal.
Before last night, I didn't think Judgment Day was ready to break up at all anyway. But after Dom's showing last night in that match, I think he is now starting to gain that traction on that he could go on his own as a singles competitor.
Yeah.
Before last night, he was just sitting there hiding behind Mommy, hiding behind Priest, being the quintessential bad guy going, ooh, I have these, big bad people with me. But last night he actually held his own in that match and showed some dominance. So now Judgment Day, they can break up and they can go their own separate ways because each one of those now have got the push that they needed from the group to make them more dominant on their own.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And he did look very dominant in that match, especially in the beginning. Oh, yeah. Holy cow, he was on fire.
Oh, yeah. Lighting him up.
Yeah.
Well, he had a motive at least. He had a reason to be that mad.
Yeah.
This chick's single and he's got to take care of her.
Yep.
Yeah, but
I hope they run the Eddie Guerrero thing. I hope they run that all the way.
Eddie in China.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Dominic has had good matches, but up until last night, I never really saw him as. I always knew he had that potential and he was going somewhere from his lineage and all that, but up until last night, I didn't see it. And
like you said, even the chain wrestling that he was doing too was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
You hadn't seen it out of him until last night. I mean, you're 100% right with that.
Yeah.
Good call.
Jey Uso might be on the same boat though, man. Hey, we ain't gonna go out there and throw no crap down there. We both got something to prove, so let's go out there and tear the house down.
Yeah.
They don't want to be a part of that. Look at Mach. Mach was the same way. Everybody said that about him. He wanted it perfect. He'd get so mad if it wasn't perfect. Every match.
And who doesn't want to have a 5-star match? Honestly.
Bronson Reed.
Yeah. Yeah. He also wants to see his toes, but that's never going to happen.
Or Little Dicky do.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with a 2.5-star match. Yeah. I'd be on the show then.
Yeah, no shit. I'd be happy with a dark match in F5.
So our next segment was that Chad Gable. We touched on this. Chad Gable sees the former Alpha Academy talking and says they can all attack Bodell's together. Here's the plan, and they're like, Xavier comes in.
I love the way he started it. He started it like all those people who don't apologize.
Right.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad you guys got through this. All right, well, let's put that behind us now. Like, what? All the shit you did, now you just like, let's just put it behind us, act like it never happened?
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
Which one?
Chad Gable.
Oh, they were all idiots, really.
I've seen it.
Seen it.
Not Tozawa and Otis. They done came around and left his ass.
Yeah.
So our next segment was Cade Carter versus Shayna and Zoe. Another smash. Well, kind of a smash match, kind of. Didn't really give two craps about it, really. Kind of like the other match. Zoe and Shayna win. I mean,
We really knew who was going to win that match.
yeah. Their finisher is pretty freaking dope. I like their finisher.
Who are they going to feud with that can really fight them?
Judgment.
Damage Control?
Judgment Day. Damage Control.
The 402 Sports Drop.
Oh yeah, they could do it. Get
Yeah.
them. Get them.
I mean, who else could they go with?
Nobody really. Not all three.
I mean, EST and Jade Carter, if they had another powerhouse with them, they could probably take Candice LeRae and go with them.
Or you could probably bring in Naomi. It'd fit the bill.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Just because she fits into the whole clique. The whole.
Why?
You.
Why?
I mean, she's kind of got that hooker or the dancer vibe. They all
I
kind
never
of
called them
dress the
hookers. I
same.
call them strippers.
Whatever, hooker, stripper, same thing, right?
Kept this strange hooker.
They don't
in my
cost the
apartment.
same.
I didn't say she was a hooker.
Oh shit!
But yeah, I really didn't care about that match. Not really at all. And then we got a new what do you want to call it? The
PHS.
Patastrator showing
Oh,
Miz
yeah.
on the 17th hole.
Oh.
Whatever that golf thing that they did. And
Yeah.
he hit the green in one shot. That was his claim to fame.
Happy Gilmore did it too.
He did it in one.
Hey, I should just do that every time. It's a lot easier. Yeah. Do that all the time. Yeah, keep
Yeah.
doing that. Great idea.
Then we had another segment with Judgment Day. Finn and JD talking to Rhea, saying, "Hey, she helped us get these belts." She goes, "Yeah, I know, it's cool, whatever." Dom comes in and says he challenged Jade to defend her honor. And she's like, "Whatever," and just walks away. And then we have the Adam Pearce in the ring, welcoming Crybaby Drew.
Oh yeah.
And he's going to force Drew McIntyre to apologize to the two referees, and he wasn't going to do it. He wants that match with CM Punk. He's going to have to apologize. He didn't do it. In fact, he actually pushed them both down and was going after Pierce, and Seth Rollins came in and saved the day.
Which was crazy.
Kinda, yeah.
Now you're just building something else right there.
Mm-hmm.
Another triple threat.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. It'd be a pretty good triple threat.
But there'd be a
Rollins and Punk and Drew,
but there'd be a triple threat for no freaking reason.
#1 contender.
Yeah. Because Punk should have already gone for it, but he got injured. Drew wants it back again, and Seth deserves his shot.
How many times has Drew got a title shot?
Too many.
A lot.
Yeah. It's sinking his freaking big ass head that they don't want him to win it.
Yep.
Well,
Play your role. Know your role. Be a mid-carder.
Yep.
Go freaking battle with somebody else.
Who? The Judgment Day?
Joe Hendry.
No, I don't see him in with nobody with the Judgment Day. I don't see that. I could see him have a feud with Karrion Kross.
They should just drop him down and have him fight the fucking Viking Raiders.
by himself.
Well, one of those Viking Raiders is hurt.
Yeah,
Is he?
well,
The one that's married to
the antler
Paul
lady.
Holla or
Sarah
whatever.
Logan.
Yeah, Sarah Logan. Yeah.
She's a nice lady too.
I don't know.
One
I just
part of the Riot Squad.
think if they wanted Drew to be the world champion, he would already been the world champion.
Well, yeah, all
My
they have
God.
to do is write it in, and then he'll be a champion. That's all they have to do is write it in.
But
now
they liked him enough to write him in for what, 5 minutes and 43 seconds?
Yep.
And everybody's loving it. That's, everybody's just loving how stupid he's being. Nobody likes it, but it's working. He's
Yeah.
working
But
his
just
job
keep him
correctly.
feuding with Punk.
It's pissing everybody off.
But it's doing what it's intended to do. We're still talking about it.
Exactly.
Yep.
It still comes out there all air.
Boo that man.
Ooh,
Exactly.
Yeah.
They should boo him like they boo Dom.
Yeah.
Not even let him
That'd be
talk.
funny.
But there's a group out there that love him. He's got a following.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
Was in everybody in Glasgow, Scotland?
I don't know.
All 14 of them? I don't know.
I don't know. But there's cheers when he comes out. Some people like
Yeah.
it.
That's
Some people like it.
His finishing move is a fluke.
Yeah. It's a
That's
lazy
the drop
man's
kick.
drop kick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he legit, like the story we heard behind that, he legit botched a drop kick, and that's how he got it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, man.
That's stupid.
And then they're like,
That's
"Oh
true.
my god, that looks." They're like, "Oh, that looks so badass. That should be your finisher." And I'm, I thought it was an okay finisher for a minute, and then I heard that story. I'm like, really? That's not so cool anymore because that's all I can see now whenever he does it.
I wonder if that's how they came up with the Brainbuster.
Yeah, I can vouch for that one.
I was there when you created it.
Sorry, man.
All good. Just knock the air out of me for a minute.
So the next segment is the White Six invades Pat McAfee show. They showed it, and they left a box for him.
Nikki Cross's box.
That's another counter.
So the video showed Rowan talking about Harper, losing Harper and losing Bray. You could tell it was real emotion,
Uh-huh.
at least for a part of it.
Well, I think what his real emotion was talking about Bray.
Yeah.
I think that's where the true emotion. He dialed in that Bray Wyatt emotion,
Yeah.
losing his friend.
And it kind of made me feel for him for a minute, you know?
Oh yeah, I feel for all of them, especially everybody involved that was friends with Bray Wyatt. Even outside the Wyatt family, everybody was involved and everybody that knew him. It sucks.
Yeah. See, he has purpose for others like himself, that they lost everything, and to heal the broken hearts. And then that was kind of the end of the video. Short and sweet. I think what I thought was going to happen, but kind of indirectly, instead of introducing each one by one in person, they're going to do it through the video, I think. And then, like, if they get called out or one of them gets whooped up on, then they all just kind of show up like they did. Spoiler.
It's no longer a spoiler.
Yeah. But, I still dig the Wyatt Six thing, man. I think that's going to be a lot of fun to see him actually break loose and wrestle. And see who they go after as a collective.
Well, you know who they're going after right now after what happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's 3 instead of 1.
And none of those 3 stand a chance.
Well, we'll get to that point. We'll get to that. So the next segment was Dom and Jay, and we talked about that. Dom come out on fire.
Yep.
And then we had
I was on fire.
he got distracted by Liv coming out, and he got drop kicked onto her, and then she kind of just flipped the script on him real quick. Liv gets on top. That was a hot bit of hotness, and then Rhea comes out. We all know what happens.
At again.
Yeah. Man, she flipped that on him quick, didn't she? Man, I'm like, God damn. Hold on a minute. You're going to fucking break my dick.
She asserted her dominance over Dom Dom.
Yeah. She wants that.
I've had a bunch of Latino heat in me.
That's horrible.
So the segment that we just alluded to was the Chad Gable comes to the ring and calls out Bo Dallas. Comes out and gets attacked by the Creed brothers, which we all kind of seen happening.
Well, everybody talked about it, but I didn't really see how it was going to happen. The only time I really figured it was really going to happen is when they showed him in the background talking to them.
Yeah. And they beat the brakes off of Bo, but he just sat there and just laughed at him.
Reminds me of somebody.
Yeah. That is definitely something that Bray would do.
Oh,
and I think he had done.
Many times.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then as soon as it went on for a good, I don't know, what, 5 minutes roughly?
Yeah.
Yeah, around there. Probably about 3 minutes.
And holding him up and beating the brakes off him, and then lights go out and fireflies come out, and here comes the rest of them. Smoke fills the ringside, and yeah, it was cool. It was really cool.
Nothing happened. They got out.
Yeah, they dipped out stage left quick.
Yeah.
And Gable was the first one leaving the Creed brothers. He's like, deuces. He pulled a J. He yeeted out.
Well, he got shot. He didn't want that to happen again. He did not want another bullet hole in his brain.
Yeah, it changes a man. It changes a man.
Not about enough of that.
Main event, Ilya versus Sammy for the IC title.
It was a good match.
Was a good match. And honestly, Sammy was holding his own against Ilya. I thought it would be kind of an Ilya just beating the brakes off him until Braun came out. Yeah.
I knew Braun was coming out.
Yeah, I mean, that was a given. I mean, they threw him out early in the night, and he ain't gonna stay away. He'd be a fool.
Yeah, he's
speared the shit out of Ilya.
Yeah, he did.
I saw a brown streak.
He's hitting them hard.
He ran from halfway up the ramp. he was booking.
Start.
Yeah, he did. And then he's very fast. And speared the hell out of Sammy. Which is a big surprise. I mean,
so
hitting the ropes 3 or 4 times and then spearing the shit out of him was kind of what he does. That's what I do.
I've seen it.
I do what I do, and I knew what I knew.
Are they taking the belt off him at SummerSlam then? Put it on Braun?
Bad blood.
Could be bad blood.
Then who's he going to face?
That's October, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who's he facing at SummerSlam then? Who's Sammy facing at SummerSlam?
He'll keep it at SummerSlam.
He is who?
Disco Inferno.
Oh, he's going against Braun?
Yeah.
So then we're going to turn it into the same thing you were just bitching about earlier, Albert.
I think Braun's winning at SummerSlam.
I'd say, because if you do that, you're just going to turn it right into another Drew McIntyre situation. He just keeps on getting title defense or title shot after title shot after title shot.
I think Sammy, I said what happened in Canada.
Yeah.
I called Sammy was going to win in Canada, but I don't think he's winning. I think Braun's getting out of there with that IC.
Or maybe they're going to save face for Sammy and make it a triple threat, and Braun wins and beats Ilya.
That's very possible.
I think Braun is already starting to go down the path of Drew because he's been crying about missed opportunities and this and that. So as badass as he is and as impressive as he looks, he's still, his actions are still going down that of the Drew. So he's like, for me, he's like that close just to turning into Drew.
And I really think getting pinned clean in Canada was garbage. I thought that was garbage for his thing. He could have won. Sammy could have won so many other ways than being able to pin him clean in the middle of the ring. That's terrible.
He could have went heel.
It takes a chunk off.
Especially just over after one haluva kick.
Yeah.
At least give him 4. I mean, make him look like he, give him 1, let him kick out. Yeah.
Takes that much to beat him, like Cody Rhodes doing like the 3 of them.
Yeah. So all in all,
3 or 4 to get to beat Roman, didn't he?
Yeah. I think it was like in the match as a whole. I think it was like 5. But grade time. What do you guys grade it? I'll give it a B plus. We got more from the Wyatts and Braun Breaker, man. Benny said it. He's got Scott Steiner written all over him. He's a superstar. The whole Judgment Day and Rhea thing and how that all played out throughout the night was pretty cool. Some of the matches were kind of weak, but it is what it is. It's entertainment.
I'm going to give. My gut says C, but I'm going to give it a C plus just because of Dom Dom's appearance in that match. It was overall for me. It was just there wasn't my threshold for awesomeness was not met, so I cannot chant this is awesome. Those 2 women's matches that we had, they were really they brought the whole vibe down, and it was just way too much story going on with Dom and whatever the mommy there for me to like really get into, because that could have been cut down to 1 segment, maybe 2, 1 in the beginning and 1 at the end, but it was that drug on. So for me, I'm gonna say a C plus.
I'll give it a C. I'm with Jiggy on that. My favorite match of the night was Sami Zayn and Ilya, and the Jey Uso match with Dom was good too. But other than that, and the Wyatt 6, that was a good part. But other than that, wasn't impressed.
Benjamin?
I'll give it a B plus as well. I thought it was good. I like I'm a huge Judgment Day homer, so I thought all the segments in there were pretty good. I like the Jey Uso. They're bringing back something that was started a long time ago, and then nothing ever came about it. And then all of a sudden, here it comes back again. He's like, she's single. And the whole night was pretty good. I like that. Braun Breaker came and wrecked everybody again. It just needs to progress, keep progressing. Everything progressed pretty good. I thought it was entertaining. Some parts were pretty stupid, but we talk about the female matches not being any good and everything like that. What really do we have to work with right now?
Not much.
The world title picture is tied up in a different situation. And then
with somebody that doesn't even deserve a title shot.
And then we have the tag titles that are MIA.
Where are they?
Who has the tag titles? The
women?
Weirdo girls.
Yeah, those 2 girls.
Oh yeah, Alva Fire and
Dawn.
Yeah.
What day is SmackDown?
Was that SmackDown titles?
So.
Who has the Raw women?
Raw.
There is only 1 women's tag titles.
Yeah, there's only 1.
Is there?
Yeah, they unified them. They unified them a couple months, like last year sometime.
Well, that sucks.
That's stupid.
Yep, because they actually unified all 3 of them.
But we haven't seen them in what?
like years.
Well, I didn't see SmackDown last week, so
Yeah.
I don't know. If
Yeah, they were on
there.
SmackDown last week.
Yeah, because the NXT doesn't even have women tag anymore. It's all three of them got unified.
That's dumb. Well, I guess that's one way to expand the division. Is to go across all three shows.
Yeah.
But
I
it,
remember who was talking about it, but they were talking about the women's division just being huge on in NXT and Raw. That there's so many more women that they can call up, make it so much better.
Well, they need to, because using Nia Jax. Oh my God.
My whole.
I got to give a shout out. I was picking up my computer chair today and got us another subscriber, Grace. She is the owner of. She said, "I'll subscribe if you give me a shout out."
Well, she better watch to the end.
Very last thing that said is her
Graceful.
shout out.
Graceful in-home health care, which I'm old and I might be needing that one of these days. So shout out to Grace.
All right, Grace.
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 I wanted to give a shout out myself again to my boys. 2520 Studios and 10 Cent Revenge. Greg's the man. I'm telling you guys, go check him out. Hooking us up with some music.
Oh yeah.
Shout
Giving
out to him.
it.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to myself being here.
All right, everybody, like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, don't just watch it, weirdos.